This is going to be a strange little video because it's kind of something I've already done a few times in different videos, but never in a standalone video. And this is super short. I'm not even sure this is going to be a full-length video because today I'm just making Pico de Gallo. What is Pico de Gallo? It is Beak of the Rooster or something like that. I don't know, something like that is what it means. But basically it's salsa mexicana, also known as fresh salsa, because there's nothing in here that's cooked. There's nothing in here that's prepped or anything else. It is just raw vegetable stuff, and it is, in a bowl. And there you go. This is delicious and it's wonderful, but it has one drawback. It lasts about 2 days when you make it fresh. I don't know what they do when you buy stuff that comes in a container. And it's really hard to find, first of all. But if you do, there's like something, I don't know what they put in it, preservative. It seems to make a big difference. And there's something there that's making that bowl not sit flush. Stop it. But yeah, when you make this at home, 2 days is the point where it's still going to be delicious. On day 3, you're like, huh. On day 4, you're like, ew. On day 5, ah! So don't think this is going to sit around. Don't make this a week in advance and think you're going to do this. You're better off making this just before you're going to eat, a couple hours before, something like that, because it does need to meld a little bit with the flavors. But this is super easy, super awesome, and super fast, so this is a quick video. All right, what do we got? We got tomato, we've got onion, we have cilantro, we have a jalapeno. If you saw the guacamole video, you know why this is messy. I just made that video, which basically you take, spoiler alert, avocado and pico de gallo guacamole. That's American guacamole. That's the dip. You want Mexican guacamole, leave out the pico de gallo, and you just put in salt and the lime juice. There you go. That's it. Now you don't need to watch the guacamole video. I saved you a bunch of time, but watch it anyways. Anyways, I have some white onion here. Yes, it has to be white onion. You cannot use yellow or red onion for this. It has to be white, and it's in here because you rinse this out under cold water to get that acidic thing off there. It makes it taste much better and much cleaner, crisper. Without that of raw onion. But yeah, basically that's going in our bowl. I'm not making a ton because again it goes bad quickly, but that's not quite enough onion, so I'm just going to take my onion here that I've already chopped up on, and I am going to go a little more on it. Now if you have a salsa chopper or one of those chopper things, and it's got the grate in it and all that stuff, those work fantastic for this. I think they were invented for Pico de Gallo. But if you don't, you can take a sharp knife, an onion, make slices about 3/16, come over about 3/16, and boom, there you go. That is as much onion as I'm going to need. I'm just going to do that real fast because that's all I need to do. This is perfect. I'm going to rinse this because you didn't see that video yet? Well, then you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you right here. So we got some onion. It's in this. You can use it in any sort of thing. If you don't have a strainer, go get one. Run this underwater just for a second. Okay. Now, if you're making guacamole, make sure that that has a good chance to drain. If you are making pico de gallo, straight in. Perfect. All right, so we don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. We have a bunch of cilantro that is sitting here. This is off to the side that we are going to put in a minute. But I'm going to show you how to cut. This is a messy board. I'm sorry it's messy. I was doing the other video and the whole thing. Again, watch that one, come back, see this one, or watch this one, then go watch that one. This will all make much more sense. I'm going to show you how to cut the tomato perfectly, easily, and happily. So we have a Roma tomato we have cut in half. We are going to stand it on end. I am going to slice it there, and I'm going to slice it here like that. Since we're making a pico de gallo, you want everything about the same size. That was 3/16. This is going to try to be about 3/16. So we're going to just take our nice sharp knife, come in here, and cut slices off this way, off the other slices that we just did. Do be careful when you get to this piece because she is not going to want to play ball. And you do not want to sacrifice your thumb to the Pico de Gallo gods. I hate cutting myself with knives, so I'm kind of careful. But If you cook, you're going to cut yourself. All right, so I've turned this whole thing. It's sliced this way, it's sliced this way. Now I'm going to slice it this way, and it's a good sharp knife. Just basically come through 3/16, and just, if your knife is sharp enough, you can drag this through like this. It works great until you get to the end, and then you don't have much purchase to grab onto, and it becomes a little bit more difficult. You can't get so fancy. But that is beautiful pieces of tomato. All right, this is a tomato forward salsa, basically. So we're going to put all of this in here like that. And again, I'm making a small batch, so that was really a quarter of an onion, a little bit over half a tomato there. I have a little bit of jalapeno left over, about a third of a jalapeno. What is it? A third of a half, so a sixth of a jalapeno there. Take the ribs and the seeds out because they're not edible. If you're making a sauce, it really doesn't matter, especially if you're going to be straining it. A lot of people think the heat comes from the seeds and the stems. That's not entirely true. They are hot, but they are inedible because they're gross. But the whole thing's hot. This one is not that hot, so I'm not afraid of this one. I'm going to, again, try and get nice, consistent pieces. So I am going to slice this in about 3/16. Come back this way. About 3/16. It is okay to go a little bit smaller with the jalapeno. If you're in Texas, that's a jalapeno. Don't know why. It's just people there like to massacre the Spanish language. I think it's the state sport, pretty much. Yeah, we're just going to add this in here. But if you go a little bit smaller with that, when you're biting into this, you don't get a big chunk, unless you really like big chunks, and in which case, go for it. We have our cilantro that we have rolled up. When you get this home, take the tie off of it, rinse it really good, lay it out, roll it up. Lasts forever. Doesn't last forever. Don't think you're going to be passing this down to your kids in your will, but it is lasting long enough to get your money's worth out of it, which is tough to do. Cilantro sometimes doesn't last very well. All right, we don't want to get all the stems in here, so we're just kind of folding this over a little bit to make this a little bit easier. You can't really get a chiffonade on cilantro. It doesn't quite work, but you can get close. Basically, just go down until you get to the point where your fingers are resting just on the stems, and that's about all you're going to get out of that. Now, if you're not making salsa or something like this, use the stems. There's so much flavor in those. So if you're making a chimichurri or a salsa verde or something like that where you're putting cilantro in there, use the stems. Just throw the whole thing. It doesn't matter. It's fantastic. It's amazing. So we have our pile of this here. We're going to make it look like this over here. So we're just going to come through. This I want a little bit more rustic. When I made the guacamole, it's a little bit finer. So we're going a little more rustic with this. That's it right there. I don't think I'm going to need all that, but I cut it in case I do. The cilantro, if you don't like cilantro, what can you put in there in its place? You can not use anything if you want. Feel free to. The cilantro has that is a polarizing taste. You love it or you hate it. If you hate it, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do. I think it's like 40% of the population hates cilantro. Yeah. We call those people white people. Okay. Now that you've started typing the hate messages down in the comments, lime juice is going to go in here. We have half a lime. It's going in upside down so that we can turn it inside out. If you do it this way, nothing happens. It seems like it should go that way. It doesn't work. Don't trust me. You got the holes in the bottom, and it all comes out there. This is a fancier one. You can get just the plain ones. They work fantastic. Just one of the plastic ones are great. Just a little bit of lime just does not take a ton, and we also need a little bit of salt because everything needs a little bit of salt. Not a lot, not as nearly as much as you would put in guacamole, But that's basically it. I lost my spoon. Hold on. I have the spoon. And look what I found. Chips. Yes. You can eat this as a regular salsa. This is generally seen as a condiment, which goes in stuff, not as a salsa for eating, but you can do that if you like. If you really love Pico de Gallo, then by all means, feel free to do that. But yeah, this is generally a condiment salsa, not a eating salsa. I'll have to do a video on really good dipping eating salsas, which are also great condiments too, by the way. But like a roasted, oh man, gotta love that. Okay, that is Pico de Gallo. Pico de Gallo. I think this camera's getting a good view of that. Okay, Pico de Gallo, folks. That's it. That's as hard as that is. That's it. Just put this in the fridge. Keep it covered. This doesn't. You don't have to worry about this being airtight. Nothing in here is going to go completely south on you. Just keep it airtight in the fridge. Again, 2 days. It's going to be third day, fourth day, and fifth day is just chuck it, make more. But that's why we make small batches, and I just showed you how to make a small batch of this because it's delicious. It's amazing, and I'm going to get a bit. This, I was singing, sorry. Something's beeping at me. I don't know what. But yeah, what is beeping at me? One of these things is beeping at me, not sure. Anyways, this does get better a little bit, so like in an hour, this gets better tasting. Okay, that camera just went dead. Sorry, the boom camera's dead. All right, I'm going to eat this now. It's so simple, and it's so delicious. Seriously, folks. So good. The chip hit the back of my throat funny. I should have a safety beverage, but it's like noon. And even I'm not that crazy. And if you know what I mean by safety beverage, I don't think YouTube likes people drinking safety beverages in their videos. So that's why I'm not doing that, and it's noon. If it was a weekend, well, you know, I mean, there's no rules. But this, it's Pico de Gallo. There are no rules. Other than eat it, it's delicious, keep it for a couple days, make more when it goes bad, and keep that recipe handy because you're going to want to make this a lot. And if you want to see other recipes of other things, nice transition, huh? I'm getting better at this. I'm getting smooth. You want to see other recipes and other things that I do and all this kind of crazy stuff here? You better subscribe to this channel. Down there, there's a thing, hit subscribe, and there's a bell next to it. YouTube will just tell you when everything comes out. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up down there. And please, as always, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have suggestions, if you tried this and you like it, let me know. That's fantastic. And I'm trying to get more social media-y thingy stuff. Old guys aren't good at this. I'm trying. But I've been playing on X, which is the old Twitter thing. And it's getting much more fun than it used to be. So if you want to go over there, I'm at How to Cook there. That's my thing. Cook with an E. And you can see that a lot of the stuff here is posted there. But there's other stuff as well, and if you want to keep up with the latest things going on, that's probably the best place to find out, like, hey, why hasn't he posted a video in like 4 days? I'd probably let you know over there. And if I haven't posted a video in like 4 days, wait till tomorrow because it's probably coming out. I'm always doing stuff, I'm always cooking, and I will always be cooking because my last name's Cook, and I don't have a choice. You have a choice, and I thank you for choosing watching this video. I'm going to stop talking now and say see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.